Hi, feature editing Sinead here. Just before we get into the episode, we had some technical issues with the audio levels in this episode, and to be completely transparent, they're fucked. So, do apologise for that. It does kind of level out a little bit after the news, so if you can hang on in there, we have a really great segment where we talk to Craig from the After Dark Podcast Network and help him kind of answer some questions for an upcoming trip that he has to DLP in February, and kind of a DLP guide to newcomers or to Walt Disney World fans. So be really great if you could hang in for that. But just wanted to, I suppose, let you know we are aware of it. We do apologise, but unfortunately there wasn't a whole lot we could do. So hopefully it'll be improved next week, and enjoy the episode. Hi, hello, good morning, and welcome to this week's serving of Mickey Waffles, a Disney podcast where we cover everything from parks, movies, and merchandise. My name is Sinead.
My name's Kate. Hi, guys. How's it going?
I'm good, Kate. How are you?
I'm good, Sinead. You know what today is?
Today's Tuesday.
And you know what that means? It's Tuesday! Woo!
Who's our guest this week, Kate?
Oh, the one and only Craig, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only Craig.
How are you, Craig?
I'm fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
Oh, I love it. This was very last minute. I just texted Craig earlier and I was like, "Are you free? Do you want to come and chat?"
I couldn't not come and chat with what's open this week and whatnot and where I'm going.
Yeah.
I just had to come and say hello.
Ooh la la.
You've got it nice. You've got the waffle looking nice. It's really
Thanks.
nice.
I love how you're looking around your own living room.
Method.
Not even just for like, yeah, it's looking great. Yeah, it's fully looking around his own living room.
So how are you, Craig? We haven't had you on in a while.
I'm fabulous, you know. I'm all vaccinated up now.
Beautiful.
So I feel superhuman. My tail is coming on really nice. It's 2 inches
good.
long.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm ready to get back out there into the real world.
Beautiful. How are you, KP? How's your week been?
It's been fine. I just work. So I really do.
Fair. Although we went to a restaurant, we had a meal.
Oh yeah,
in the
so we
same
did.
Vicinity. I went to a pub.
Yeah,
Sat outside a pub.
sad side of pub. Yeah, no.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a bit.
Can you go in yet?
No,
Still outside.
July something. We're allowed
July
inside.
We're allowed indoors.
July 5th.
Yeah.
Underrated? I don't think so. Not in town. I feel like going inside a pub would be all right.
Yeah. Although we met a very impressive bartender that after ordering one singular round of drinks for 6 people, immediately knew our order repeated.
She was great.
She was
She was such a laugh. She was the only waitress on for all the people. It was her, one barman, and we think a chef because there was food coming from somewhere. And I was like, wow, you're all doing stellar. And she was so pleasant. But to be fair, we were very pleasant to her. So
yeah, we're a very non-problematic group.
very non-problematic. It was like, here, yep, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a great time.
It was very enjoyable evening so far. It wasn't a bit.
Like,
It was a very.
Are we still there?
It was a very enjoyable evening.
Yeah.
Did you get wellied like?
Yeah. I was very drunk going home.
I drank a fair bit, but I turned to Ed and was like, I don't feel drunk. Like I was giddy, but like I very easily walked to the taxi and got home and just went to bed. Like it wasn't like an issue. Do you know what I mean?
Were you mixing your drinks or you just stick to one?
We had some like fun cocktails at dinner because we went to a Japanese restaurant.
Yeah.
But then I think once we went to the pub, I think everyone stuck with the same drink from then.
Yeah.
So it was grand.
Yeah. But no, I was very drunk. We stopped off in a Dublin staple, which is D Fontaine's, for pizza on the way home. So it was there was so much going on. There was these 2 really rude lads in front of us that then started on the guys that were making the pizza, and then they got in a row, and it was just me and Adam standing there waiting for our pizza, and these 2 really non-problematic people also like, what is happening? And it was chaotic. And then decided to run up my hill. Okay, you know what my hill is like.
I don't know
Run up my
why.
hill in the dark.
I don't know why you would do that, because that actually sounds like a suicide threat.
We couldn't get a taxi for ages, and the only taxi that eventually accepted it was like, "Hey, I'll collect you in 15 minutes." And I was like, "Sure." By that stage, I'll be home. So we were like, "We'll walk up," and then started running.
No, I think we've come to the part now where we can no longer be friends, because that's just whacked.
Yeah, it was a wild time. It was a wild time. It was a fun evening though.
Yeah.
Looking off into the distance, they're all happy, like, well,
It was like the first proper social outing, I guess. It was very, because like one of our friends, Sam, I was recording with Sam yesterday, and she was like, whose birthday was it? I was like, still mine. It's still my birthday. I was like, we're still celebrating me. Thank you.
For all of June.
All of June. That's it. My month. Thank you.
Yeah. Fair.
I suppose we should just talk about Disney.
Yeah, we should. Should we get on to a bit of news?
So, kind of actual breaking news, because it only came out today. There's 2 new nighttime spectaculars coming to Disney World for the 50th anniversary, and I'll get to see them.
You will.
Woo! Who's excited? Me.
Do we think it's a bit of a cop that one of these new ones
It's
was
harmonious.
announced about 3 years ago?
Yeah, but I think it's nice that it's like a good confirmation. It's like, yes, harmonious. We promise it'll be there.
Yeah, fair.
But I mean, like, the massive fucking pontoons in the middle of the lake. It's a lake in Epcot.
it's more of a puddle.
Puddle.
It's a hefty puddle, to be fair.
Like, they've sort of given it away. Like, you can see them. Like, if you walk through Epcot today, they're all there in the lake, just chilling. Like, it's not a secret. But then also there will be a new nighttime spectacular called Disney Enchantment. Created to launch with the world's most magical celebration, this evening extravaganza will take you on a journey filled with adventure, wonder, and empowerment. Jesus. I want to leave these fireworks feeling empowered.
The only thing you're empowered in a firework display is to step behind the line.
Yeah.
Inspiring everyone to believe in magic, Disney Enchantment will feature music, enhanced lighting, stunning fireworks, and for the first time, immersive projection effects that extend from Cinderella Castle down Main Street, USA. I have to say, I'm fucking buzzing for that.
Yeah, because I'm hoping it's going to be like when they do it in Disneyland and the fireworks are like, not the fireworks, the projections are everywhere. So regardless of where you're standing, it's a bop.
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be like that. It'll just be very excited, because I have a feeling just because of when we're there, I feel like we're not going to be like get close to the castle people. We're going to be, we'll see what we can get people.
Do it at least once.
I don't know. It might take up too much time. Things to get done. I have a busy schedule.
I can get you close to the castle.
Really? You come with me? You're gonna lift me up and walk me through?
I mean, he's like Craig could just like hold you up and you'd get a perfect view. You'd be like, you'd be whacking off a Tinkerbell.
Just put me on the shoulders. You'd be all right.
There's also a new daytime entertainment stirring at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. Check out this artistic rendering. Oh, there's a cute little picture. A Disney Kite Tales, which will come alive several times daily at the Discovery River Amphitheater beginning October 1st. Performers will fly wind catchers and kites of all shapes and sizes, while out on the water, elaborate three-dimensional kites, some stretching to 30 feet long, will depict Disney animal friends, including Simba, Zazu, Baloo, and King Louie. These colourful creations will dance through the sky to the beat of favourite Disney songs in an uplifting, vibrant experience for the whole family. And then there's also these shit golden statues. Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit.
Here, are like those statues just look like the 25th anniversary DLP ones, just painted gold, right?
Yeah, they do.
The ones that were on the
what
are those little stagey things called? I can't remember.
The little islands. They're stages. I think they're just stages. So the 8 friends of the Fab Five character sculptures at Magic Kingdom.
Okay, P, she frozen.
P's dead.
Okay, you should come back.
Oh, I'm here.
You're back.
Yay!
I've already seen memes of people be like, Give us characters and meet and greets, and Disney coming back and being like, best I can do is some gold statues.
At least they're not
Like, it's
here.
ridiculous.
The kite sounds
No,
right, doesn't it?
No, but
does.
I think the kites would be cute, but it's disappointing that it's within the 50th anniversary extravaganza. I think just like if they released this during normal times and they were like, oh, this is something new that's coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom, it'd be like, yeah, cool, because like you can't do fireworks, you can't do this, you can't do that because there's too many animals in the park.
Yeah.
And I think this is nice.
The lightning capital of the world, so you're never going to see it. It's going to be torrential rain.
That's a valid point, actually.
I want to see elephants fired out of cannons and rhinos trampolining.
No, I think I prefer the kites. And then to finish off the special 50th, more news about the 50th, there is also going to be a fun book. There's going to be Walt Disney World, a portrait of the first half century, a beautiful new coffee table book from Disney Editions. There is no price of how much it is, but it's basically one of those big, hefty Disney books that just says a bunch of shit and has really pretty pictures in it.
Yeah, and you flick through it once and you stick it on a shelf and you never look at
Never
it
look at it again. Yeah,
I'm looking at literally an entire shelf of them.
I can pre-order it. Maybe it'll tell me how much it is. Oh, hello.
Maybe.
Hello. Select.
$234 plus that.
No! Oh, is that your guess? Oh, no, it's not. Oh, no, it's not. I thought you knew. I was like, whoa! It's $54
I'll get
It's
two.
not terrible.
to pre-order on Amazon.
That's not bad.
But it says the list price is $60. So I wonder in the park, will it be $60?
It'll be 80 in the park.
Yeah, true. Fair.
And then it'll be about 10 million on eBay.
eBay, yeah. We can pre-order it now. Well, that's American Amazon. But yeah, so that is some brand new info that's coming out about the 50th. I'm very excited for the
Oh yeah, I don't think you're
Main Street
excited
thing.
enough.
Woo!
I think
No,
you need to
it's-
dial it. You're
I was excited earlier on today when Sinead sent it to me first. So I was like, woo!
She was. Is this in addition to Happily Ever After, or is this instead?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really say. I thought it was like, so do you know when they do special things or like shows and
Yeah,
they
like
do the show
Celebrate the Magic.
and then they're like, doodle-doo-doo-doo, doodle-doo-doo-doo, and then it's like, Happily Ever After. But this says it includes fireworks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is
Happily
this
Ever-
instead
Happily
of?
Ever After. Celebrate the Magic was on before Wishes. When
Oh, yeah, and that had
it was like
fireworks.
the projection-y thing, yeah, and that had a couple fireworks in it. So maybe it's like that.
Because I have a feeling like this might be like 5-ish minutes long, maybe 10 minutes long,
Yeah,
max.
they had that weird Beauty and the Beast one then, didn't they?
Yeah, so I wonder, is it just one of those like
Pre-
50th and it's now like, please enjoy Happily Ever After. I don't know. Well, like, it'll be happening way before I go, so
Well, you'll know.
I probably won't watch it, but I'll
I'll
know.
let you know.
Yeah, just like if they're still doing both, that's all.
I'll let you know.
Because I ain't watching it. We know well and true that if it's something I know I'm going to go see, I ain't watching it online.
That's fair.
That ruins it.
That's fair. So popping over to Disneyland, they've done another one of those roundup of like things you can eat / buy in downtown Disney. So basically there's a bunch of new snack and meal items that are going to various different places. There's a delightful looking cupcake, which I assume is from Sprinkles, and it looks like it's toasted marshmallow on top.
Oh, it's cute.
It looks a little bit glorious, as does this cute little watermelon candied apple. Big fan. It's all up on Disney Parks blog, and then there's some cute new Pandora charms. I think that's Simba. He looks particularly cute. Big fan of that. There's also curl surf and resort fashion at the Disney dress shop, so you can get some more stuff there. They also have the Pride collection available as well, and then they've done these weird like abstract flower and garden-esque style things.
They look cool when you get them from the right angle, I suppose.
Yeah, they did
But-
them. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. And there's like certain points that you can stand and then everything lines up perfect and you can take a picture. They're cute. Big fan.
But if you don't see them at the right point, they do look just like a weird disfigurement of not potpourri. What's the word? Topiary.
The way they've described it is come down and see how things are lining up for Mickey Mouse and his pals. Oh, lads. Yeah. But yeah, basically there's a whole lot of new stuff coming to Downtown Disney, so I can try and just keep encouraging people to go, which is entirely fair.
And some fun Disney propaganda. The search is on for Disney magic makers. Do you know someone who makes magic by bringing comfort, support, and joy to those around them? Now's your chance to recognize all the positivity and happiness they've brought to you or your community, and they may just win a trip to Walt Disney World and a 1-year subscription to Disney Plus.
Oh,
there you go.
Starting today through October 1st, you can nominate any person who inspires you for the Disney Magic Makers contest by visiting DisneyMagicMakers.com and sharing the positive impact they have made. You can further share their amazing story with a public post using hashtag Disney Magic Makers on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or TikTok. 50 nominees whose inspirational acts of kindness, compassion, and creativity best exemplify the values of a Disney Magic Maker will win a trip. Oh, the 50 people win a trip. Oh, yeah. Okay. Will win a trip to Walt Disney World to join the world's most magical celebration. It's absolutely bullshit.
Is this only for Americans?
I'd say so. Oh, the magic doesn't stop there. Disney will also donate a total of $400,000 among 4 nonprofits that demonstrated resilience during the COVID-19 pandemic. Make-A-Wish, Starlight Children's Foundation, Boys and Girls Club of America, and the Nature Conservatory.
Cool.
Open to legal residents of the 50 US and DC who are 18 years of age at time of entry.
Cool.
So yeah.
Nice.
I mean, this is cute and all, but like, just bring back your cast members and pay them. That's my hot take there. No one gives a... Don't be bringing 50 families to fucking Disney World and giving away $400,000 to charities when there's cast members that you still randomly fired and refuse to hire again.
And I mean, on that note, we might as well talk about the thing that I didn't send you a link for, which is allegedly, I don't know if it's been confirmed anywhere, but in the UK and Ireland, Disney are closing all of their Disney stores bar Oxford Street in Dublin. So the 2 flagship stores.
I was in one today.
Yeah.
70% discount, 60% discount, 50% discount, 40% discount. Are you shutting? No, there's no plans for this store to shut, but you'll know more than we do on social media, is what she said.
Oh, that's a bitter cast member right there.
That's what I thought as well.
I'm with them, but...
Because I read one somewhere that was like everywhere except for just London flagship. So like everywhere else.
Oh, so Dublin as well.
Just Oxford Street, yeah. But obviously it's all just rumours. Yeah. But like, not to toot my own horn, but like I still have people who work in the store who would definitely tell me if they were closing. Do you know what I mean? And they've not told me anything, so they definitely don't know anything. Yeah. So I'm like, rumor mills are big, but also it wouldn't surprise me the way that they've been tunneling their way through Europe, because every other European country, they're like, goodbye, adios. Yeah. Even the newer ones like Copenhagen and stuff, they're closing. They've not even been around that long.
Yeah, because like, and let's call a spade a spade, in the last, even since I left Disney, they've consistently been closing down stores. They've opened up the odd few pop-ups, but like, even when I was in the store, some of the smaller stores, especially like in around London, because they had like 50,000 stores around.
It was a lot.
They were closing an awful lot of them. Now, they did, and I know you guys were talking about it on Disney Parks and Beyond this week. You were like, oh, they'll just sell off the stock. They won't ship it to the stores. They do ship it to the stores, because I can't remember, it was one of the northern stores over in the UK had closed, and we got all their stock. And we got
their
stock. Full box of Queen minis, and we were like, you sent this to the Irish store?
You know what was most annoying about that though?
Any UK store, you sent it to us, and you don't know why this won't sell?
All of their crap they sent us was redlined with red stickers, and it was all pounds. So you had to take all the stickers off, because the pound price was way lower than the euro price, and you couldn't leave them on, because if people peeled them off, they'd be like, oh, this is actually $2.99, not $7.99. Wild it was. And they were all like manager markdown as well, so like it was nowhere near the price that they were actually scanned through as. Let's take every single red sticker off everything they sent us.
So Whilst you might think it would be easier for them to just sell it off, they still do it. They still send them.
The shelves were rammed,
Oh, yeah.
but the
sale anyways.
store was empty.
Yeah.
So I said to Kate earlier, because I was listening to the episode Disney Parks and Beyond, and y'all were kind of talking about Disney stores and the kind of devolution of them. So I texted Kate and was like, I feel like it's a worthwhile conversation to have, because we are both ex-Disney store cast members. I started in 2012. You started in 2014?
14.
Yeah. And since then, there has been a rapid decline in guest service, which when I started as a
In
cast
everything.
member, in everything, but particularly in guest service, which, let's call a spade, the reason why Disney stores were different was because of that guest service. Like, when I started as a cast member, you were brought through the Disney store version of Traditions. You were brought on a full walkthrough of the store, and there were kind of two different types of Disney stores. There were pixie dust stores, which had like the glass shelves and didn't have the big theaters and stuff. And then there was what the Dublin store was, and I suppose technically still is, which is an imagination store, which has projections and trees and a theater. And you were brought on a full, very detailed walkthrough of the store and shown the different imagination points and what they did and how you could control them via an eye touch. You had to go through, granted, unpaid, a full like hour or hour and a half's events training where you were taught how to do the various different events that would be on during the store, and we'd get new scripts for new different campaigns. Me and Kate have both run these in our time.
Mine was definitely paid.
Oh, mine wasn't.
Mine was definitely paid because I asked. I was like,
No, mine was absolutely not paid. And we would have pixie dust, and we would have stickers, and we would do imagination explosions and imagination parades and all these various different things. And there was a schedule that used to get factored in, because that was one of my jobs when I was a senior cast member, that I would have to schedule who was doing what events each day for like weeks in advance, and people would have to have the scripts, and you would print off the scripts for the various different cast members. They knew what they were doing. They haven't done any of that in years, in absolute years.
No, because
stopped bothering.
It started with like cast members not wanting to do the events.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, I don't want to speak in front of people. And me being like, okay, but also this was definitely mentioned in your interview. And also when you started that this would be a thing, they were like, oh, I didn't think I'd actually have to do it. It's like, yeah, of course you would. So then it went from that to then Disney themselves turning off the trees, turning off the magic mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it started with not sending us any more of the little RFID chips that stick inside the wands. They just stopped. So the magic mirrors didn't actually do anything. Then the magic mirrors got switched off. The trees got switched off. The flybys got switched off. They stopped doing events, like new events. They don't really do anything anymore.
Yeah.
And when you lose that, you lose all the other crap as well. It's just a shop. And then, just from like personal experience of knowing this Disney store in Dublin, it's nowhere near the level that it was when we worked there. Not to say that we were what was keeping the store alive, because that's not the case in any way. But like, I remember working there, having to stand at the front and be like plaster smiled. Hello, how are you? Why are you here? What do you need? How can I help you? Do you need my blood? Can I offer you a liver transplant? Like, anything in the world that I could possibly give you to make your day better, I will do that for you. And I walk in now, and I know if there's someone there that I know, I'll just walk up to them and start talking to them. But there's been times where I've gone in and not done that, and not a single cast member has come up to me, and they avoid me like the plague. And I'm like, that would get you written up and halfway to being fired. Like, they're just crap. They're just no fun anymore. And also, the merchandise is shite.
Yeah.
None of their merchandise is good anymore. Like, it's just the same tat that you find in Smith's.
Yeah.
Like, their merchandise used to be fun and different and interesting, but like, you go down to D350, it's got the little fucking Batu area where you can buy one of those little things, and all the little exclusive Galaxy's Edge merchandise that will never, ever, ever be sold outside of Batu. Fucking Disney Store Dublin, wander down. You can buy pretty much anything you can get in Galaxy's Edge down in D350, along with wildly overpriced comic books, collectibles that nobody wants because they only buy the shit ones and charge double for them, and only the really expensive Lego. It's like, who are you catering towards anymore? It's awful. It's just an awful time.
I don't think they know, and there has been like a massive decline in the quality of stuff that they are pumping out, because I think that's it. They don't know who they're catering for anymore, because they're not catering for the likes of us. They're not catering for families anymore. And I think you could definitely see the kind of start of the decline in the quality of their stuff once they started doing the tiny little thing. And I remember us speaking about it, I'm pretty sure, was when they stopped doing the badges on the plush. Like you used to know that you had a Disney Store plush because it had the little genuine, authentic, original embroidered patch on the foot of whatever plush it was. I'm looking at two of mine right now and I can see it. And they stopped doing that. They cheaped that away, and they just had a tiny little castle flag that was sewn into the plush. And it's like, what makes that any different to a plush that was bought in Smith's, that was bought literally anywhere? Nothing.
Pennies have so much good licensed Disney stuff, and it's like you can get a teddy for a tenner.
Yeah.
And I was actually in there yesterday, and they had Winnie the Pooh's there, and a Winnie the Pooh plush was like €9, and he was pretty much exactly the same as the one they sell in the Disney Store.
Yeah, and like parents would be willing to kind of maybe, because like even I did it with my nieces. Like I would make the point of bringing them into the Disney Store to get them a dress or something like that if it was for their birthday, and doing the celebration or trying to make the event and stuff like that, because you weren't just going in to buy and
dress.
It was a whole thing of getting to go to the Disney Store and them getting to experience all these different things. But when all of that extra experience is taken out, I mean, you can buy the stuff on Amazon, you can go get the stuff in Pennies, you can go get the stuff in Smith's. Like, why would you bother going into town? Why would you bother paying that ridiculous premium that you're paying if you're not getting any of the actual like experience from it? Because that's why it was different. That's why it was successful, because it wasn't just going into any other high street store.
Yeah, and I think because, I don't know, I just think Disney definitely have an issue with who they want to target at, because in 2000, it must have been 2018, they did that whole overhaul where they were like, okay, we're not targeting children anymore, we're targeting adults, and brought out all of this like adult stuff, like glasses and hoodies and makeup lines and all that sort of stuff. And everything that used to be like a hotspot, that used to be like plush and this and that, changed to being adult hoodies, adult homeware, this, that. And if you wanted toys, you had to go upstairs. Mm-hmm. And then that didn't work because all the stuff they brought out was crap. And it's like, you know what sells? You have theme parks that sell all the shit that everyone wants. Take the shit from the theme parks and put it into the store, because that's what used to be so special about it. It used to be stuff you couldn't buy anywhere else. You could only buy it at the Disney Store. But now you license to anyone that'll hand you a wad of cash. And so now your shit isn't interesting anymore. And because you're selling the same crap as every other person on the high street. If you brought ears, spirit jerseys, limited edition things,
lounge flies,
proper lounge flies, proper pin collections, all of this crap, fucking flying out the door. If Disney Store Dublin sold actual spirit jerseys regularly, ears, all that sort of stuff, I'd actually be in there to buy shit and not just to see who was in there to say hello. Yeah. I'd be like, wow, look at these, cool. But they can't even manage their stock for their website. So fucking knows they'd be able to do it for however many stores they still have across the UK and Ireland.
So
I said to the girl, how much is this spirit jersey here, please? And I held it up, and she went, that's a pajama top. And I went, oh, okay. I don't know what a spirit jersey is. But they did have them. She found one for me.
Just one?
Which one was it?
I think it was a black Star Wars one, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the cute one that sold out online.
And I said, as a 47-year-old man, can I pull off a spirit jersey?
And the answer is yes.
She went, oh, yeah. So,
Oh, why? I absolutely. Yeah, no problem. Gosh.
I didn't buy one.
Ah.
Oh, Craig.
Oh, heck.
One day.
So yeah, I think that's enough ranting about Disney Store. But yeah, we'll keep you updated if there's an actual announcement. So far, it's a big rumor mill. And allegedly, according to Facebook comments, it's like Disney would obviously tell us first and not social media, but so many companies have closed and their customers have found, not their customers, their staff have found out on social media. So don't tell me Disney's any different because they're shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, you started that, didn't you?
I did.
I don't think there's anything else stateside, is there?
No.
I think we're on to DLP. The biggest news that came out of DLP this week, apart from the flood, was that Hotel New York is opened. Art of Marvel. Woo!
Can I actually? I'm gonna stand up for Craig here. Craig got red for filth for bringing this up as a topic.
What, the flood or the hotel?
No, the hotel. The Hotel New York. Nick asked, was there any Disney Parks news? And Craig said about this, and I'm sorry, hotels are always included in the parks news. Nick was just pissed off because he didn't want you talking about it because him and Pete Abs are planning on recording a Discovery.
Park hotel, of course it's included in parks.
Yeah, so I'm going to stick up for you on this, Craig, because you were completely correct. Nick just doesn't like talking DLP on that podcast because he likes to keep it for his own.
The next thing was ice cream in Disney Springs. I was like, is that not in that park?
No. Oh, spicy.
Fucking bellends.
I made a mental note earlier when I was listening to be like, no, Craig was dead right on that.
Yeah, true. So last week, Disneyland Paris reopened to a host of guests eager to see familiar friends and embark on adventures. One new adventure we're particularly excited about just opened today on Monday. Disney's Hotel New York, The Art of Marvel. It's pretty cool, I have to say. Lads, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans was
in DLP. And he just looked so cool. He was like, I'm here in a t-shirt and a mask and a hat, like whatever. Like, don't even worry about it.
Did he have his toothbrush? Or did he forget his toothbrush?
Is that a joke?
Oh, come on, Chris Evans. Don't forget your toothbrush. Channel 4 late night Friday show. Come on.
We're Irish and much younger than you.
Oh, okay. There's two Chris Evans. There's a ginger one.
Oh, you mean the one that's on Radio 1? That Chris Evans?
Yeah.
He's not funny.
Oh.
Hotel New York, The Art of Marvel is action-packed with heroically immersive experiences. Guests can take an epic selfie with their friendly neighborhood Spider-Man at the superhero station. At Marvel Photo Station, guests can take action-packed photos immersed in their favorite Marvel movies. Marvel Design Studio invites aspiring artists to learn how to be a Marvel comic book illustrator with drawing tutorials that sharpen their sketching skills. After flexing those creative muscles, guests of all ages can charge up with a physical challenge at the hotel's Hero Training Zone. The Marvel-inspired multi-sport field provides dedicated areas for kid and adult activities such as basketball, fitness, and yoga. Classic sports installations such as the indoor and outdoor metro pool and a fitness center provide additional ways to power up before heading to the parks. All 561 rooms include contemporary design nods to Tony Stark's sophisticated tastes. One might find Spider-Man's iconic web in the ceiling of the Spider-Man suite, or Thor's realm of Asgard in the headboard of one of the Avengers suites. The Art of Marvel Presidential Suite serves up the Stark life with unbridled sophistication across 2 floors, featuring elegant furnishings, exclusive Marvel artwork in each room, and added amenities. There was, of course, also the Manhattan restaurant, downtown restaurant, the Sky...
Yeah, it looks class, I have to say.
Yeah.
I need the stuff that I've seen from both DLP Report and E92, who are the 2 outlets that I follow that have stayed there this weekend. Looks great. The food looks real cute. There's a real cute cheesecake that comes with a little baby Groot, little shortbread cookie, and it's the goddamn cutest thing I've ever seen. It's as ridiculous as that Wookiee cookie that they brought out, but better.
I have to say, it doesn't... Like, if you showed me these pictures, I'd be like Disney World. Like, I would
not think DLP.
not think DLP in the slightest. Like, that hotel definitely smells amazing. It does not smell like DLP. And you know what I mean.
I think that's why the spray for it.
Oh, wow. I have no idea what it smells like, but I guarantee it smells great.
Ideally, I'm going to stay there next year. I need to ring DLP and find some prices, but that is my goal for next year, to stay there. Because I just think it'll be fun. What do you make of it, Craig?
It's a 4-star hotel. It is fabulous. And the old New York hotel, I was watching some walkthroughs of it the other day, and the
old one.
Yeah, it looked manky.
Yeah.
Tired furniture. This is stunning. I am so excited. Them Iron Man suits alone. I sent a video to my nephew, who I'm going with in February.
Cute.
Right, and I put open today. Several full-sized Iron Man suits on display. Do you know what he replied with? Take me to heaven.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so some of the photo spots are really cool. You can be in one of the like cages in your man's thing. All those words are complete. Thank you. Every single card. I was like, I don't know what that is. You can like be in one of those boxes. You can step into Iron Man's boots in front of those statues of Iron Man's thing. You can come through one of Doctor Strange's big zoomy circles onto the big war that they have. And then you can also, I personally think it's the coolest one, the upside down the Spider-Man room.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to figure out some way of making my hair look like it's also
spiky. Yeah. But yeah, I just think I'm so happy. I'm so happy they didn't fuck it up.
Yeah, me too. One of the things that I've been excited to see. So last week we kind of went through the menus for the Manhattan and downtown restaurants. So I've seen the menus for the bars. So the Skyline bar has something quite fun, which I might try do in December when I go. So they have a cocktail martini menu where basically there are 6 different martinis that are all the different colors of the Infinity Stones.
Like Disney World. That is not DLP. I think when you enter those, you're transported to Disney World for your duration of your stay, and then when you leave, you're transported back. Because I don't believe that Disneyland Paris is offering this kind of guest service.
Literally. So I want to do all the Infinity Stone cocktails. We'll split them. I ain't drinking 6 martinis, also because half of them are gin.
I'll give it a go. I'll be bad on it.
I'd probably drink them all as well, to be fair. I'd be like, yep, here we go.
I don't like gin. But they also have non-alcoholic themed cocktails as well, which I'm a big fan of. And then in the Bleecker Street Lounge, they have a lot of non-alcoholics. They've a bunch of different non-alcoholic ones. They have a carrot cake juice, which intrigues me. Don't know how I would
not just carrot juice, carrot cake juice.
Which is interesting. They do have the orange ring cocktail. So this is a whole Doctor Strange themed bar. Okay. And I've seen they have a stand for it, and it basically the glass like hovers. Ooh. I don't know if I sent you a link for it, Kate.
No.
I'll try find it on DLP report. But the drink literally hovers. It's almost on kind of like a magnetic plate.
It's a magnetic thing, is it?
Yeah. Now I think when you get it, it's not, but when they have it up at the bar, that one does. I found the link for it. So
I see. I have it.
I'll pop it into the chat so you can have a look at it if you want, Craig. But it looks real impressive. But it's just the level of detail. I'm so very here for it. So I'm excited to try them out. There's also a good few food options in the Bleecker Street Lounge as well. They've got some savory ones. So you can get some hummus and veg, beef jerky, crab cakes, toasted brioche with salmon, toasted brioche with lobster, chicken wings, roast potato quarters with herbs and tartar sauce. There's a couple of veggie options. And then they also have a couple sweet options. So bourbon vanilla creme brulee, fruits and berries, assorted macaroons, dark chocolate ganache. And then the Doctor Strange pastry, which is crispy puff pastry, vanilla whipped cream, Red berry compote, meringue, and coconut, which sounds nice. And then there's also ice cream. There's a Spider-Man 3D ice cream, which is strawberry. I don't know why it's 3D, but here we are. And then they also just have various different flavors of Ben and Jerry's, which is always a good shout.
Also, just in terms of food, there's fucking cake pops in DLP now, and they look cool. They don't look crap.
Cute.
They're so cute. You can get them at the Boardwalk Candy Palace. And they're only €5, which I actually think isn't that bad because they look pretty big.
They look real cute.
They look like a standard ice lolly shape. And one's decorated as Mickey Mouse and one's decorated as Minnie Mouse. They look. I'm like, American money, lads. American
DLP?
Money.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. I'm
That
excited.
all that food there and then floaty drinks. Oh my goodness me.
Right? I mean, you'd be floating home after a few of the drinks, but still.
Way.
So, we mentioned last week that they've updated the turnstiles and stuff, but that now means the Infinity/Magic Plus annual pass entrance now has seven lanes, which
7.
thrills me no end.
Do you know what there was before? 1.
That line used to get so fucking long.
1.
like-
There was 1 line.
What we used to always say was it makes no sense for it to be that long, but it would go to show how terrible the DLP system used to be because annual pass holders, funnily enough, know what they're doing. So they know how to scan their pass and what part of the pass to scan to go through. And they know that you just have to just scan it and then go. You don't have to wait and like you can just go. And yet the queue would still sometimes end up back to Fantasia Gardens because the thing wouldn't work, or the cast member was like, is this you? And it's like, yes, just because the system doesn't hop up my picture like it should do, and you look at the little name instead on the crappy little 1970s machine, it's what a time. That's DLP.
Then also Adventureland flooded
Oh my god, it was ridiculous.
up to people's knees, so it was. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, literally, there were pictures where people were wading through the water in Adventureland because there were like flash thunderstorms and the park completely flooded.
It's like, I'm sure if you were there, you'd be like, of course, they're open less than a week from COVID, and it's like, boom, flood.
Yeah, wild, absolutely wild. I think that was kind of all the major things from DLP.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else.
Answered on for quite a while.
I think that's kind of it. I don't think anything else is really that important.
Fair. Craig, you're going to DLP and you wanted to chat to us about it.
Well, we're taking my sister-in-law and her tribe, and it's
Is there 17 years?
No, there's 10 of us in total.
Still too many.
She's like a rabbit, so she's got 4 kids now. Fair, yeah. And so this will be our 3rd trip. So the first trip we were full of Walt Disney World, so you know what I mean. Like
DLP was disappointing.
Yes. The second time we knew what to expect and loved it as the slightly
problem child it is.
Yes, the problem sister, yes, from the wiser older sister of Walt Disney World. But this time, because we've been locked up like animals and you can't get to America quite just yet, and so it's not on the horizon, I just thought, February half term next year, let's just do it. So on a whim, we just booked it.
Cool.
The price was right for the Marvel Hotel. Carla's always a willing participant. They've got 2 rooms, whereas last time they were in the beach club, they had all 6 of them in one room because
Jesus Christ.
Well, she fell pregnant after the booking, and then it was twins.
She had twin babies in a room with 4 other humans.
Yes, and one of the other humans was a 3-year-old. So,
oh, wow.
No sleep had in that room.
But she's got 2.
She's got twins now. They're 2, Molly and Joanna. They're amazing. I was out with them today. We had fun in town, and we went to Disney shop, and he picked everything up and just threw it on the floor.
Nice.
Oh, can't wait. So basically, it was just like to see what first timers must do, because I've got strange memories of Disneyland Paris, if you know what I mean, because I push the boat out when I go to Walt Disney World. I don't mind saying that.
Yeah.
Disneyland Paris, you do it differently.
Don't need to. You don't need to push the boat out.
No.
There isn't really a boat to be pushed, to be honest.
Yeah. So you pack snacks and you take them with you, and you just do things a little bit differently. Yeah. So I did send some questions that Carla had written. I can't remember what they are, but
I think Kate has helpfully put them into a Word document.
Yeah, because
spreadsheet.
So the first one, which I think is a very important question to ask, is we're Disney World visitors. What should we prepare for most in terms of expectations for Disneyland Paris? And I think that's a really good question, because they're miles apart.
Yeah. I think the main kind of word that comes to my mind anyways is it's a culture shock. That's more so a term, but culture was in my head. And I mean that from both a guest standpoint and then also from a cast member standpoint. Because from a guest standpoint, like Irish, British, and Americans, we are all quite happy to queue. And we are all quite happy to wait our turn. We're painfully polite. And we don't, breathe down people's necks for the most part.
But the Spanish, on the other hand.
Mainland Europeans, from my personal experiences in DLP, like to be so uncomfortably close. Now, I don't know if this will still stay the same after the pandemic. I don't think it's going to change, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
They like to stand so uncomfortably close. People don't like to wait their turn. People can be very rude.
Like there is a lot of like buggies being ridden over your ankles. Like there's a lot of buggies being pushed into the back of your feet because you're not walking quick enough. There is a lot of, when you're waiting for a character, people try and skip the queue. Like people try and skip the queue all the time. I don't know if they'll, whatever you're queuing for, people like to skip the queue. And you're like, no. Like you just have to stand up for yourself and be like, get out. And to be fair to the cast members, not all the cast members in Disneyland Paris are exceptional, but the majority of them will pull out. They will pull out queue skippers, because I had an experience like that. And I was like, I don't think, and like I kind of said it to them and they didn't do anything. And then a cast member came by and was like, Madame, were they in front of you? I was like, no, they weren't. No, they were not in front of me. And he was like, right, to the back, so. And the back was like, the queue was like double the size it was when I started. So they only had themselves on. So yeah, I think it's a big culture shock in that regard from guests. And then as Sinead was saying, from cast members, it's not the same vibe as Disney World. They are not there to fall at your feet. They are not there to make absolutely every single second of your day as magic as possible. It's just not their vibe. Like a lot of the cast members are great. Some of the cast members don't give a shit. They just don't.
I remember feeling more that it was a job than a vocation.
Yeah. Like, to be fair though, some of those cast members, top notch. We have them on Instagram. We follow them on TikTok. They live their lives through Disneyland Paris. They are so sad when it closes. They're delighted to be back. They love guest interaction. They love their job. They have a passion for it. But then there are a lot of cast members who are just like,
this pays my bills.
It's a theme park. What do you want from me?
Yeah. Now, what I will say is, with the exception of a couple cast members, so long as you are nice to them, they will be great.
Yeah.
They will be great. But yeah, I feel like culture shock is probably the biggest thing. It is a very different culture in DLP versus Disney World.
It's strange, but I always also remember, so Walt Disney World, you're in your shorts, you're in your vest top, you've got your suntan on, it's 1,000,000 degrees, you're sweating. And then when you go to Disneyland Paris, it doesn't feel right.
Freezing.
That you're wrapped up.
Yeah, especially if you're going in February, because it could be literally any temperature in February.
It could be snowing.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way. So you definitely want, in terms of clothes, you definitely want layers. But layers, not necessarily lots of big things, because no, it doesn't matter what time of year. Disneyland Paris is freezing in the morning.
Yeah.
Freezing. It could turn out to be 30 degrees in the afternoon. Morning, -5. Always so cold. But then by the time 1 p.m. rolls around, it could be 15, 16 degrees and you're sweating. So layers are important, not a t-shirt and a massive jumper and a massive jacket, because then you're scuppered. You need like the nice pleasant layers, which I know can be difficult with children, because the more children you have, the more layers you need, and then it's more shit you have to carry. But for the sake
You're gonna have boogies
of,
anyways.
Yeah, if you're gonna have boogies anyway, boogies are a godsend. Like, it does pain me sometimes that we don't ever go with a boogie, because I remember going places when my brother and sister were young enough to be in boogies and just being like, oh, the crap in the bottom of the buggy, doesn't matter. It can be pushed by shit. Like, doesn't matter. Do you want to carry it? Throw it in, no problem. But when you're an adult by yourself, you have to carry everything yourself on your back.
Yeah.
Like a hermit. So yeah, definitely layers are important. And making sure to write, even though, but also don't get deceived by the fact that Disneyland Paris is smaller. Disneyland Paris is a lot smaller. You will still do so much walking, and because the weather can be so unpredictable, you're gonna still want to bring good footwear, because so many people go to Disneyland Paris and bring crap shoes and they just want like the fashion aspect. No, I wear runners, or when we went for winter, I wore my Doc Martens, and that was it.
Been there, done that. I had just bought a real cute pair of Mickey and Minnie Mouse Vans slip-ons, went to DLP in December, froze my arse off. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Cover your ankles.
So for expectations, I definitely agree with Sinead in terms of culture shock. Culture shock.
Socks are good though.
The weather issue of freezing in the morning and changing to very warm in the afternoon. And then also the food isn't fantastic and your food options aren't great. So if you are planning on spending an entire day in the park, you definitely want to bring snacks with you, especially if you've got fussy children, because a lot of cuisine is French and they don't care that you don't want that. They don't give a shit. Yeah. They're like, this is what we have. Do you want it or not? They are just like, this is it. So if there are specific things that your children will not eat, make sure you bring things that they can eat, because inside the park, there's very few options, both in terms of snacks and just like lunches and dinners as well.
Yeah, agreed.
Then there's a big one next, is top 5 things to make sure we do whilst there.
Ooh.
I think definitely if their fireworks are on, watch the fireworks at least once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you've never watched them, I mean, they're not great fireworks, but they're fireworks nonetheless.
Is there still the Tower of Terror Star Wars show, or is that type of stuff finished now anyway?
It's only on during Star Wars season,
which would normally be February, but
yeah.
I don't know if that's coming back.
Yeah, because we have seen it and it is amazing. It's better than Disneyland Paris because of the size.
Yeah. But speaking of the studios though, if Mickey and the Magician is on, go. Queue how, like, the shows in Disneyland Paris are painful to queue for, because people start queuing like an hour before the show.
For no reason.
So different to Disney World. But if Mickey and the Magician is on, it is well worth it. It is suitable for any and all ages. It is a beautiful show. Would 100%
also
recommend.
Just a tip with that as well. Sometimes you walk up to Mickey and the Magician and it's like show in 15 minutes and it looks like they're completely full, because no one knows how to stand up as a human being in Disneyland Paris. Everyone forgets how their legs work and they're like, I'm going to take up all the space of 7 people. Go and ask the cast member and be like, is this full yet? And they'll probably be like, no, I can fit another 150 people in here. So don't be discouraged if you walk by and like, oh, that's very full. Just walk up, because a lot of the time the cast member just lets you on in and it's no problem. So yeah, definitely fireworks, Mickey and the Magician. If you've got little ones and they like Frozen, I would definitely suggest that Frozen show in the studios as well. It's a bit weird, but it's great, and it's the only way you can see Elsa and Anna.
Yeah.
And they sing.
Yeah.
So, is it a bit of French and a bit of English, or
yeah, a bit of French and English. Everything is French and English. Oh, that's another thing. Everything's in French and English.
Yeah, characters included.
And some things are only in French. So you might not understand some things sometimes, and you might have to go ask. Again, that's very much a culture thing of you're in France, you will speak French. English is very much a secondary language.
Yeah. I feel like we should do 5 things and then maybe 5 rides.
Yeah, we've kind of only done things, haven't we?
Yeah. So what are some other things? Go and see the dragon.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you have kids with you, go and
Dragon's
see the
open,
dragon.
yeah.
That's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Love seeing the dragon. What'd be a last thing?
One more thing.
I like the submarine.
Oh, kids would like that.
They have characters in there at the minute.
Oh,
do they?
Yeah, so Mickey Mouse in his Stars on Parade, because it's kind of like steampunky themed, and they've had some of the other characters in their Stars on Parade outfits. It's like one of the selfie spots. Now, obviously, that'll kind of be a continually changing thing. But yeah, stuff like that is really fun, especially in the winter when it's cold. Anything indoors is a good shout.
Yeah. And then for rides, I think one of the number one rides for kids would definitely be to make sure to go on the carousel, because I think that's very synonymous with DLP. Like their carousel is really nice, so I definitely chuck the kids on that. Time it so there's either the carousel either has no wait or a really long wait. Just wait till there's no wait.
Yeah,
it's either early in the morning or later on in the evening.
Yeah, it's
always short.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, Disney World has Pirates of the Caribbean. The Disney World Pirates of the Caribbean is shite. So go on the DLP one. The DLP one is great. The queue is great, and it is beautiful. It is much closer to the original Disneyland one. It has 2 quite fun drops in it. It's brilliant. I love the DLP Pirates of the Caribbean. Well worth it.
Our visits there, it's been shut every time. So,
Craig, you have to go on it. It's so much better than the Disney World one.
I'd like to think, because it's been so short,
yeah,
you've got all the work done, so it should be open. Yeah.
And then just an extension of that, I'm just trying to think, because there's so many small children going. Buzz Lightyear, 100%.
That just had a new refurb.
That has had a new refurb, and it is so neon. It is black light heaven in there. It is so bright. That paint is amazing. So yeah, definitely with small kids, that's definitely a ride I'd suggest going on as Buzz, because it's interactive. They get their little guns, they pew pew pew. And it's so like Toy Story, like what child doesn't know Toy Story? And if he's working, you get to see the big Buzz Lightyear talk to you in French.
I'm gonna do this as a caveat / honorable mention, because I actually don't know if it'll be open in February, because sometimes it's down for a refurb. But if the little boats are open, go on the little boats.
Oh, they might be closed because it might be cold.
Yeah.
Is that the what's the little boat?
It's
way back in the back of the park. So you go past where Small World is, and there's the windmill where you can get like waffles and stuff like that. You go back behind there, and there's a little like storybook boat ride, and they have all these little mini figurines and setups and stuff for different stories. Could be closed for a refurb, because they do close it down in some of the colder months, but if it's open,
we have seen it in February, so it might be open, mightn't it?
And then one of the other big fun rides, with including small children, I'd definitely go for Ratatouille.
Oh yeah, Ratatouille's fun.
Ratatouille's great. Obviously you can't do single rider if you're a family of 12,000, because you can't split up the children. Just time it right. That's another really important thing if it's open. Another really important thing with DLP is just timing your queues right. Not everything is always a really long queue. It really ebbs and flows. And are they staying on site? Are you staying on site?
New York.
Oh yeah, sorry. Use your extra magic time. Magic time is golden. So good. If you can get the kids up early enough to do it, you should do it. I don't know what it works out with like feeds and stuff like that, but if you can get them up early, you should make use of the time, because I would say by February they'll have some form of meet and greet back. And that is when you can get characters done, especially with kids, because you want to try and knock those out without having to wait really long just to meet a character. Because kids will be like, this is such a waste of my time. Bring me somewhere else. But if you can get them done quickly in the morning, that's perfect.
Yeah. And then obviously it's not just kids going, but Big Thunder Mountain, DLP has the best Big Thunder Mountain. You get to go out onto the island. It is exceptional. Yeah. If you can do it at night, and the fact that you're going in February, chances are you will be able to do it at night. So much better because you get to see all the lights on Main Street. So pretty.
And then just another quick honorable mention: if it is open, the like set up Mickey Mouse meet and greet that's like in the building, you'll get like the cutest family photos because you go in, you get time with Mickey Mouse. He's in a lovely setting. You can take your jackets off. It's warm.
Be cute.
Just cute aesthetic. Big fan. Yes, they would be our like lists of. Now, to be fair, DLP and studios aren't that big, so we've basically listed half the shit.
True. Although, Craig, are you a fan of Terror and Terror?
Oh yeah.
Do the new DLP one because it has loads of new stories now, so it's different to the Florida one.
It's randomized.
I had to go on that on the last day of our last trip with food poisoning.
No.
Brave.
Such a drop.
No.
So the next two questions are, the next question is like best rides / attractions to accommodate the family of 6. I think we kind of
we've done a lot of that.
Like
we've done.
What are things we should do / prepare / expect to get the most out of our DLP visits?
I think you've said that as well, haven't you? What about, for me, fast passes? I know they've gone away at the moment, and I know they are paper, but I know you can buy some. But
so
I always forget. I always forget that DLP do that.
I know. They've changed things a lot in the last little while. So at the minute, there are no fast passes. Ordinarily, there are paper fast passes, as you said.
But you're free, completely free. Yeah. Free.
Last year, when they were open for a little while, they had trialed doing fast passes on your phone. So similar-ish to the way you can do Max Pass in Disneyland. Now, this was, when they launched it, this was still free. So I think they did it for a couple of rides. They'd done it for Big Thunder Mountain. I think they'd done it for Ratatouille. And I think there were a couple others so that you could do almost kind of like a virtual queue similar to like Jimmy Fallon. So you still had to wait your time, but you just didn't do it at the ride. So I don't know when that'll come back, but they do have chargeable fast passes, which are more kind of similar-ish to the way Universal do it. So they do them in kind of like bundles. So you can there's like a family bundle where you get like 5 rides that you get fast passes for, and it might include, I don't know, like Peter Pan, any of the like family-friendly rides that have fast passes. So Peter Pan, Ratatouille, I'm trying to think what other like family ones. Buzz is probably on there, maybe Star Tours, stuff like that. But then they also do like a Big Thrills one that has like Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Tower of Terror, and I can't remember what the other 2 are. But it's usually like 5 rides that you get for a certain amount of money. You can also get one that I think gets you on any, like an unlimited one that you can go on any of them as many times as you want. The prices very much vary depending on the type of fast pass one you go for, time of year, etc. But February, I don't know if you would need it.
You don't need them. I cannot empathetically advise you to buy them. If I turned around and was like, maybe possibly, I would be a terrible person.
Yeah. Unless you were going like peak summer, I wouldn't
don't
really
buy
recommend
them.
It.
They're ridiculous. Disneyland Paris is it's truthful. Disneyland Paris is so small, and their physical capacity isn't like you can get everything done. You can. You just have to be smart about it. You
How many
don't
days are you
need to
going?
pay for those fast passes.
5 days, 4 nights.
Loads of time. You can do everything 5 times over.
Loads of time.
Loads of time. I know you'll be a bit slower because you've got children and stuff, but like you'll still be able to do absolutely everything you want, especially if paper fast passes are back open, because
You're laughing.
they work so well. You go in as soon as, so like you go in at 8:30 for your extra magic time, park opens at 10. When you go in at 10, you go to Peter Pan's flight, you get a fast pass, boom. you go do Small World. By the time that's over, maybe you need to feed a child, grand. Then by the time that's done, you go back to Peter Pan's flight, go get another fast pass, go on Pirates of the Caribbean. It's grand. You can do it so easy.
What I will say, especially about the Discoveryland ones, because I imagine, I mean, the little babies and stuff won't be able to go on a couple of those.
Autopia!
More often than not, we have found anyways the last couple of trips that we've gone on, chances are by the time you've maybe gone and got a fast pass to Hyperspace Mountain, it might be in half an hour, 40 minutes, and the queue for Star Tours might be 20 minutes. Like, double check the times and the fast pass times for the both of them, because it's worked out for us loads of times where you can get a fast pass for one, go on the other, and by the time you come out the other one, your fast pass is ready. For some reason, the two of them seem to line up an awful lot, so double check that.
Or like sometimes the same thing for like Big Thunder. Like sometimes the queue for Big Thunder, your fast pass might be 45 minutes to an hour away. If it's quiet, you can go and get Phantom Manor done in that time, because Phantom Manor is slightly longer because you have to actually walk up the steps. Walking up the steps takes the most amount of time in Phantom Manor. And then you go round, and then you can come back down. It's just a slightly further walk away, but then you come back and it's pretty close to your time. You just have to use your time wisely.
What's the kiddie swap like?
Honestly, no idea.
Don't know.
Because I mean, so Walt Disney World, you walk up, you might have your fast pass time, and you go, "We've got kids," and they go, "Where are they?" And you say, "They're standing over there."
Where are they?
Because people can just say, "I've got kids," and they give out a fast pass. And so what they do then is they give you the pass. They say, "Oh yeah, there's your kids, okay, so," and there's the person minding them. And that person can then go back on with 3 other people, I think it was, something like that. So you go and do your ride, and then they just go to the fast pass queue with the ticket and do on. And then Universal, you all queue up together. And then when you get to going on the ride, some of you go off to the family room, and then you just swap. You come out of the ride into the family room, and then the others go on then. So I don't think we've ever checked Disneyland Paris.
Honestly, I've no idea. Maybe Nick or P-Dabs might have a better idea. I've never gone to DLP with kids.
Oh, when you go up to the ride, ask the cast member at the entrance if you can use Baby Switch, and they will give you directions suited to the particular attraction. Normally, one adult waits in the normal queue line whilst the other is allowed through to a waiting area in the exit of the ride on the other side of the loading station. The first adult rides, and then you do the switch. The adult taking care of the child or baby is free to leave and wait nearby whilst the second rides with no wait.
Okay.
That sounds like the Universal model then.
So basically you just rock up and you're like, "Hi, I have a baby. What's the crack?" Now, to be honest, with that kind of stuff, especially at attractions, they're very helpful. Like if you walk up to someone, I remember definitely walking up to someone at Big Thunder, and the wait time was like 45 minutes. And I was like, "Hey, what's the wait time actually like?" And they were like, 20. It's 20. Off you go. Yeah. And I was like, "Cool, thanks, mate."
Now, what I will say is that says a waiting room. I somehow doubt there's an actual room. I'd say you're probably just waiting at the exit.
Yeah, so would
I would highly doubt DLP has it like a family room. That's very not DLP.
So this one says on the other side of the loading station. So what they do in Disneyland Paris, so for when they're loading in riders who need a special entrance or they need help getting into certain accessible vehicles, they enter from the exit loading side. So it also sounds kind of like you might have to go there, but then go there with the child. That seems awkward.
Yeah.
I imagine it's not that. I imagine it's not that difficult. They definitely have it in place. They seem to be. It's talked about here, so it's definitely a thing they do.
Sound.
Sweet. There you go.
What's next, KP?
Oh, sorry, I forgot it was me doing the questions. How would you recommend traveling with 4, i.e. plane, train, automobile? Is that like to get there? I assume you know how you're getting to France.
Yeah, we've done it. We've booked tickets for Eurostar. So.
Oh, the train.
Yes.
He is a train man.
True. And is that how you're getting to the park as well?
Yes. So we're travelling down on the Sunday. We've booked our hotel in London, £50 a room.
Nice. That's pretty good.
It's fabulous. So we got 4 rooms between us, and then we're just going out on the ale. And then the next morning,
with all the kids, all the 2-year-old twins, off we pop.
Yeah. They'll be fine. Just give them some Calpol or something. They'll be all right. And then we're going on to the Eurostar the next morning.
Excellent.
We're all sitting together. We're all in standard. So, yeah.
So do you mean, is this question then about getting to the park on a day-to-day basis?
I think we didn't know at the time when she's written them questions.
You didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah, we didn't know if we were flying or
fair.
going on a boat.
Well, if you were flying, one, I wouldn't recommend bringing that many children on a boat because I feel like you'd probably lose the will to live. But if you were flying, we've said it before, prestige-transfers are like the easiest way. A little bit pricey, but
so worth it.
It's so much easier than trying to get from. I know a couple of people really like getting the train from the airport. Stresses me out. Cannot be dealing with it. Would much rather have somebody standing there
and nobody helps you
with my name. So yeah,
there's no English whatsoever, and I understand they're France and they like their French. I 100% get it, no problem. I'm the ignorant one because I don't speak French. Fine, no problem. But Jesus, why is it so complicated? Like, I just can't.
Yeah, and I suppose that's just something else to just be wary of because obviously you're going to be going in and out of the train station. Like, it can be a little bit of a culture shock compared to Disney World to go to DLP, but going from DLP to non-Disneyland France, it's a big culture shock because you go from being in this little Disney bubble where everything is very accessible and people will do what they can to help you and everybody speaks both French and English and is willing to speak to you in whichever language you need. That's not the case once you leave the park.
Yeah, so you have to remember, like some people might get offended, but actual Paris isn't the most nice place to be.
We got attacked by a man on a bus last time we went. We went up the Eiffel Tower and then we downloaded. We got the rail ticket. That is the bus ticket.
Oh right, okay.
I want to say it was quite cheap. I can't remember how much it was, but off we went. We had the bus app, so we knew what buses to get to go and have a look at all the various stuff. But we went up the Eiffel Tower. But then we got on this bus and this old man had a stick and Kerry nudged his foot or something and he started.
That was it, yeah.
And then two little old girls jumped up and come to our defence. And then the bus driver kicked him off. And as we were pulling away, he was berating the woman sitting at the bus stop with the stick, just waving the stick.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And then the two old girls were like, "That we're so sorry," and they were lovely. They were absolutely. Paris was. It was a shock. You've got all these amazing little restaurants on the corners and everything like that. And we went to McDonald's because we were like
too afraid.
Yeah.
But that's the thing though, because you have to, like, you're in Paris, you sit down, the menu's fully in French, your waiter might not speak English. Great, I'm pointing to something and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
A lot of these other questions actually kind of repeat themselves. So it's like best rides to go on, what should the DLP visit involve, best hotel, you already know what's the hotel you're staying in. But yeah, they all just kind of repeat
What
themselves.
about restaurants? Or like we've eaten a Net, and it was nice. It was.
In years.
We ate in Ratatouille, and that's an. Is that an acquired menu or is I haven't looked?
Because I don't think I'll ever eat there.
It's got a lot of steaks though. Like I can't remember what the kids menu is. I know the only vegetarian option I could get was it was like a pasta thing in like a sage butter or something like that. But like for if you eat meat, I think steaks are the kind of the main option on the adult menus anyways.
It's like a bistro. It's meant to be like French bistro kind of.
Yeah. Honestly, if you were contemplating / if it is back to a character meal, because obviously we don't know what way it's going to go, highly recommend the breakfast in Plaza Gardens. Especially because you're going to have a regular load of kids, so they will actually pay attention to you. But as far as character meals go, it's a pretty good one. And especially because, the Disneyland Hotel is closed and will still be closed when you go. So interventions won't be an option for you. And the only other character meal is Auberge de Cendrillon, which is real pricey. It's like 70 quid a person. Whereas the breakfast in Plaza Gardens, it's €36 for an adult. Don't know what it is for kids. It's either 36 or 39. I can't remember. But buffet breakfast, food's pretty good, pretty tasty. And you get 3 like Mickey Mouse and Friends characters. So we've had Mickey Mouse, we've had Daisy as like they're usually there, but you might get Donald, you might get Scrooge, you might get Goofy. And then 3 Winnie the Pooh characters. So I haven't seen Winnie the Pooh, but we have had Tigger, Eeyore, Piglet, and I think I've also seen Rabbit. So there can be a little bit of variation in the characters, but you get at least 6 characters and a decent whack of food. We would always recommend, so they do 2 sittings. They do one at 8 and they do one at I think 9:30. We'd always recommend go for the 9:30 one, because it means you can go to the park, you can get a couple rides done or maybe some characters in your like extra magic time, and then by the time like the regular day guests are coming into the park, you're sitting down, you're having your breakfast, you're getting 6 characters out of the way, and you can kind of fill up on your pastries, or it is like a cooked breakfast as well, so there is hot food, and the scrambled egg in particular is very good.
I'll definitely look at that. It's not as easy as Walt Disney World is if for booking its phone numbers and stuff.
You can actually do it in the app now. So you can book things 60 days in advance. Some of the character meals and some of the meals they do get you to pay for in advance, which can be a little bit of a pain. But you can do things within the app now. So they've brought that in the last little while. So I know with especially the restaurants in the new Marvel Hotel, you can book those through the app 60 days in advance.
If you've got to eat one night in there, that is magnificent.
I agree.
I think we can pull off an Annette. I think...
Would highly recommend avoiding Planet Hollywood like the fucking plague.
Don't even look at it. Look at it and you might feel sick. Don't even...
It does look grotty.
Yeah, apparently you got a
food
repaint,
poisoning.
but like...
It's given me food poisoning twice. I am a vegetarian. It is very difficult to give a vegetarian food poisoning.
That's weird.
It's just, I don't think all of their stuff is shite. It looks disgusting inside.
Ooh.
The inside is so
Fabiano's
dusty.
would be a good one.
Fabiano's, and then also like Earl of Sandwich if you're looking for something quick.
Yeah.
Especially for kids, because like ham and cheese, off you go. And there's also like, I don't know where it's going to store. There is a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Is there a Starbucks in the...
Yeah, in the village.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sound.
Yeah, but the Vapiano's is quite good because obviously, like, your girls are that bit older. So if everyone else is getting pasta but they want pizza, like literally, you can just go up to a counter. Everyone's given a card, so the bill gets put on these individual cards. So each of your girls can have their own card. So if they want to go up and get their own food or whatever, everyone can order individually, and then you just hand the cards in at the end. They tot up the bill. Very easy.
Just note that if it is busy, Vapiano's can be a bit of a faff because no one knows what's going on.
True.
So one person needs to figure out what's going on and calm everybody down, because if not, everyone's just like, rah!
And is that in, where's that, Disney Village?
That's in the Disney Village. So but if you're looking at World of Disney, it's up along the right-hand side.
Right.
It's technically outside property. You have to go through security and then come back through security.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's with Five Guys. Oh, there's Five Guys there as well. Vapiano's and Five Guys and the cinema. So the back of the cinema. So they're all technically off property. So you exit and then you just have to pop through security again. It's not a big deal.
It's not a faff. But the food is all made fresh. So it's good.
We did eat several times at the petrol station.
Fair.
That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
That's fair.
But then again, just like inside the parks, like as you said, there's a Starbucks in the village, but then once you get inside the park, it's all just crappy machine coffee, machine hot chocolate. It's so expensive for what it is. Like it's water, basically. It's brown water. I would just advise against it. Get your hot drinks in the morning in the hotel if that's what you're doing in your room, or go to Starbucks and then try and just drink water while you're in the park, because God, or juice boxes, or bring something, but like all that, it's just bad, and it's unfortunate because France has some fantastic coffees and teas and hot chocolates, and DLP is just brown water. But if you go anywhere else in France, like hot chocolate in France is fantastic, but not DLP.
You could make so much money on it. You know what I mean?
And they just are like, here's some crap water for $3.50. Goodbye.
I'm still scarred by the Yoda cupcake, I'll be honest with you.
I mean, you're fully right to be.
Yeah. Just shocking.
But then also, I know you probably know this yourself, but like, do try and budget for like the fun treats. Yeah. Like, more so as like a child myself, like it's nice to have the fun treats every now and again. Like, obviously not every day with every meal, but like some of the stuff in DLP is quite cute, like the little macaroons and the little cookies and all that sort of stuff. And like, just if you can, try and factor in money for that, because they are nice to have occasionally.
Yeah.
And it just, sometimes having a Mickey shaped cookie walking down Main Street just makes it everything a little bit more special. Or like maybe being able to bring it back to the hotel and like having like a cheeky little like evening snack before bed, and like some like fun things that you can only do on holidays.
Do they have the Mickey ice cream bars?
No.
No?
Please.
I did not know that.
No, you can get like magnums. Magnums are the big thing in DLP. Magnums and like Solero type things. But no, none of that kind of Walt Disney World stuff. No.
What about the Rice Krispie marshmallow breakfast?
No.
Oh, come on.
Nope. No, there's no Rice Krispie treats.
I know. I can't remember if it's Nick or I feel like it's Pete Dobbs that's probably a big fan of it. The fudge on Main Street, you can get some real nice tasty fudge on Main Street.
Fudge is good. Yeah. The fudge and the cookies and the macaroons. I mean, like, or macarons, whatever. But you're in France, so like they're good.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and if you're buying souvenirs, if it looks flimsy, it is flimsy. Don't think it's gonna hold up. It's not. It's shite.
We were in the Christmas shop. It's in the castle.
In the castle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's small, and and somebody's backpack wiped out a shelf.
Oh, it's my worst nightmare.
Yep, that'll happen.
And they just apologized and left.
Yeah.
And it was just, we were just in shock. We're just standing there watching this happen. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so tight. And
it was like as she tried to move, another one fell off, and it was like, stop moving.
God, just leave.
Oh my god.
And then obviously opposite that is the Arribas like glass shop. Jesus Christ, be careful in there. And then there's
twins.
also the collectible shop on Main Street.
Harringtons. You
can touch everything, so be careful. And a lot of stuff is at child height, so maybe don't let them in, full stop.
Do they have Pandora in there, like Disney World do?
Yeah, so there's a Pandora shop inside the studios.
And you can also get it in Harringtons. Yeah.
Is there anything specific to...
Yeah,
there's DLP specific ones. There's a couple that have like the Eiffel Tower and stuff like that in them. So yeah, there is DLP specific ones. God. There's even Phantom Manor specific ones, because I have one of those.
Oh, take my money. I might get a Pandora myself.
There you go.
But yeah, any more questions?
No, I feel
like we had a nice roundup.
Yeah, I think Carla subscribes now. She follows and she listens. So
hi, Carla.
Hiya.
She'll be listening to this and she'll be learning stuff. And it's just information. Knowledge is the bomb, innit?
Yeah.
It just helps.
If there was anything we said and she wants clarification, you're more than welcome to send us another ream of questions. Yeah. Or she can go bother Nick and Pete Dobbs.
And one thing I will say, and obviously this will kind of be a little bit dependent on as to what is open when and all that kind of stuff. If character meet and greets are a thing again, put on your notifications for DLP reports, because that's how you will know when some of the DLP loves an ad hoc character meet and greet. They love people just popping up in different places. DLP report are great for tweeting out if a character is in a certain area at a certain time. So sometimes princesses might pop out somewhere. Sometimes Mary Poppins might pop out somewhere. So if you're with people that like characters, having notifications on for
and
DLP
can easily
can be
access them, like you're not on like a feeding schedule or anything like that, then if you can like pick up and run, then
oh yeah, we can run, we can do all that palaver.
We can run.
And Craig just has to like stroll, and he's like running half as fast as most people.
Oh, I got showed up today on our walk.
Oh.
My hips are gone. These hips are no good for dancing. DLP report followed. Boom.
There you go.
So yeah. I think that's pretty much it. I definitely think we've been talking long enough because I need to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Thanks so much to Craig for coming on.
Craig,
for
you're on
having me.
10,000 podcasts. Are there any particular ones that you want to plug?
I'm taking a step back from my 10,000 podcasts at the
Okay.
moment because I'm doing a bit of revision. But definitely just go and listen to the others, the other big two.
The big boys.
Yeah, the big boys. Yeah, because that's where I'm focusing me time.
Nice,
Fair.
nice.
If you're not 100% sure what he's talking about, it's Disney Parks and Beyond and that Universal podcast. They're always linked in the show notes. Sometimes
Yeah.
I make an appearance and sometimes Kate makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Go on.
Excited Kate is definitely better than Angry Kate, although I do love a bit of Angry Kate though.
Me too. She's very opinionated.
She's lovely.
If you guys talk about something that we could probably also talk about, feel free to DM us on Instagram at Mickey Waffles Pod. We also have a Twitter that's kind of sort of there. It's at Mickey Waffle Pod, the exact same handle without the S.
Yeah, and if you're listening on an Apple device or your podcast platform of choice lets you leave a review, please do. That would be really lovely. Also, we're rapidly approaching our 100th episode. If anybody has any ideas for what we should do for our 100th episode, let us know.
Juggle
'cause
frogs.
I
Juggle
mean, like
frogs.
it's great that parks are still reopening, but we ourselves still have no more park content, so we're still struggling a little. So yeah, any ideas would be greatly appreciated again on the Instagram.
Do a
Please.
commentary on your first ever podcast.
Oh, Jesus.
I actually don't know if I could do that.
Oh, that would be quite funny though.
Like, I don't care about listening to my own voice. Still,
drunk
we're,
one.
We're so robotic in that first episode. It is.
We could just get drunk
painful.
and like
Yeah, just get drunk, yeah.
Yeah, just get drunk, full
and
stop.
then
That's
listen
it.
to
That's
there
the
we go.
episode.
That's,
No, just
that's
get
the
drunk.
episode.
Get drunk, full stop. That's it.
Hey, we should try do it in person. We haven't recorded in person in
Do a meet
a
up
year and a half.
in the
Hey,
ale
yeah.
house with all the girls, put the microphone in the middle.
Oh
and
my
talk
god, just
Disney.
go to a pub and put the microphone in the middle. That would be gas.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
could do that.
the background noise would be awful, but it would be
terrible.
gas. But anyway, thanks so much for listening, guys. Have a safe week, and we will see you next Friday.
Bye.
Bye.
Ta-da.
All right, Scylla.
This podcast is part of the After Dark Podcast Network.